Hey everybody, welcome to our show today. Hey, and we've got a great show lined up for you with two special guests. Y'all all know who I'm talking about. It's Jane Klaus and Angela Wolf are going to be here today. And guess what we're talking about today, guys? We're talking all about Hoop Fest coming up next week, starting Monday. And so Monday the 14th, we kick our Hoop Fest off. It's going to be streaming live to you for 6 full days, 7.5 hours a day. And hey, we're going to talk everything about embroidery. So we hope that all y'all are planning on joining in. But again, I got to tell you today, we got a great show lined up and we're going to some great giveaways. And so what I wanted to do is, again, remind y'all how y'all can win. And so we go down there and comment, if you're on Facebook, make a comment. Hey, ask questions. We're going to have, Angela Wolf and Jane Klaus on here so y'all can ask them questions. And we'll try to get you to your questions. And any of that activity is going to help you win prizes. Now, what we are doing, and I'm just going to go ahead and announce this, after Quilt Fest, when we get back doing our regular shows, we've got a new system that we're going to be trying out that's going to have a new way of picking winners. And so how our winners are going to get picked from now on, we're going to have, like if you're chatting on Facebook or YouTube, we're still going to give you a winner that day on the show, but we're going to also ask people to go down underneath the video if you're on YouTube and make like a comment down in the comment section, not in the instant chat, in the comment under the video. And even on Facebook, just go down and make a comment on the page where the video's at. And what that's going to do is that's going to trigger a new algorithm that we're using that we're going to be able to pick a winner, and we're going to announce that winner the following week. So you'll be able to go make comments, ask questions, write things underneath that area for the whole week until the next show. So, or 2 weeks actually, right, Kyle? 2 weeks until the next show. So, and we're going to pick up, so we're going to give like grand prizes and things for the people making comments down there. So I hope y'all can understand that and where it's at. But like if you're on YouTube right now, and your chat should be over to the right of your screen. But if you go down below the video, down lower, you'll see where you can actually go in there and make comments and ask questions and things. That's what we're talking about. And on Facebook, it's the same way. Instead of it being in that live chat, it'll be underneath where the video blog's at. You can just go down and make a permanent comment and things. So anyway, that's just another thing that we're doing. So it gives people a little bit more chances to win too. So we'll remind you of that on our next show after Hoop Fest. So I hope everybody has planned for next week, and because we are going to talk a little bit about it today. And so first up, guys, we got Jane Klaus. She's coming into us from Chicago. Jane's going to be here, and we're going to talk a little bit about Hoop Fest. And I don't know if y'all even know this, but Jane and Angela are going to help me host this thing and try to give me some help. And looking so forward to working with them two again, because they are just so awesome. So anyway, I'd like to go ahead and David, can we welcome Jane to the show?
Jane, hey, Blaine. Hi, everybody.
How are you doing this morning?
I am doing fantastic. I love being here with you today, Blaine. Thank you you're always doing such fun events.
Well, thank you. What do you think about this awesome set?
I love the awesome set. In fact, when you were doing all of your intro, I was just how you did hoop with the hoop as the O, what got me super excited. And I love the design. So great job with the set, guys.
Yeah, it looks fantastic here. And so I wanted to share that with everybody today on today's show. We thought, let's just go ahead and set up in the studio where we're going to do Hoop Fest at. And, excuse me.
Give us like a little sneak preview as to what it's going to look like next week. Yeah.
That's kind of what I want to give everybody a little sneak peek. And I said, we're going to go ahead and do today's show. We're actually in the San Marcos retail store. We're in their classroom where they do all their classes at. So I said, let's just go ahead and do it where we're going to do Hoop Fest today's show, since we've already got everything set up. And I said, this will work out great. So everybody gets a little sneak peek of that.
Oh, yeah. And look at that. We're seeing all of the side with, this is good behind the scenes and what's going on there. I love it.
We can, you
all
can
the grids, the lights.
Yeah, y'all can see we got trussing up, we got lights. Dave, is there any way to do a wide angle where everybody can kind of see what's going on back here?
He's doing it. We can see all of it.
Yeah, okay.
So cool.
Yeah, so we've got a pretty big setup, and I have monitors out in front of me that I can see, and then David's Everybody knows David. David is set up over here. He's out in front of me to my left, which would be the right of you. and then Kyle, I got Kyle over here to
we saw
my
Kyle.
right.
Kyle waved already. Hi,
And,
Kyle.
I didn't know if you
Hi,
got to see
David.
Kyle, but Kyle's over here set up. There he is. And so, and then back behind David and the monitors, where all of our chat team will be working for the show. So the chat team will be back there straight behind the camera, and we have a big table set up, and they're in the studio as well. So when they're chatting with you, answering questions and helping, they're right here with us, and they hear and see what's going on. So
I mean, Blaine, you are ready for prime time. I am not kidding you with this crew that you've set up over the last year of doing all of these live shows. I always can't wait to tune in, whether I'm a part of it or not. I'm like, oh, yay, they're going live. I want to see what's going on, because you always have a great set and everything is so professional. They just zoomed in on you, so we're like the same. I mean, we're ready.
Well, you don't zoom in too close to me, David.
You know what I love too, Blaine, about your backdrop there is the beautiful design, because the flowers and the way you made it look just sparks my creativity, like from the get-go. I look at that and all of a sudden I want to go get creative.
Well, you know what's interesting, Jane, when we, it's a team effort when we come and design all of our backdrops. And see, a lot of people, we've actually had people ask us if we do a green screen. Well, this is not a green screen. This is actually fabric that you see behind me, and it is on it's a 10 or a 20-foot wide, 8-foot tall, big expanding metal banner holder, and then we have a stretchy banner that actually goes onto it. So we actually have a bunch of different ones, and we can, like when we go to trade shows, we use these, and so we design one, and then we just change it out and put a different one on it. So like we had one, for our Quilt Fest. We've got one for Cyber Monday. We've got this one now. We'll have one for, the Sew Fest. It's coming up in September.
Yeah.
So we have a lot, or August, I'm sorry. The Sew Fest is in August. So we'll have in August or September? September, yeah. So we'll have it in September. So we have a lot of different ones, and it's not fake. It's not a green screen cane. This is actually behind me. It's there. And what we do is we try to use colors, as you can see behind me, that just pop off the screen, because we light it up and it just really looks good.
I mean, totally pro. This is like, this is pro. You're in a studio. This is what happens. And Blaine, you're showing us behind the scenes. You're bringing us in the fold. We love it.
Well, too, Jane, and the thing about it is the way our setup is, I mean, we could set up pretty anywhere. I mean, we're pretty mobile. And David has got this thing down to an art. I mean, he comes in here and knocks this thing out and sets it up, and Kyle, comes in with his team, and they do the lighting and do things. And I'm telling you, it's like a team effort. And I mean, they put this studio up in like a half a day, 3 hours. They set the studio up in here in 3 hours.
And Blaine, I was going to tell you, you were saying, oh, Kyle says this and David does this. And what I was about to say was, let's get Blaine in there setting up the lights.
Hey, you know what? Trust me, I've helped them a lot. They're kind of running me out of the way now. They think I think I get in their way. But I've always tried to get in and help and set up things. And but this particular time, they didn't even ask me for help. So they just came over and did it and knocked it out. And so I don't think they need me anymore.
Best team ever, Blaine. Best team ever. They might have to come to Chicago and come into my set. I have 3 different areas, and I've probably been on with you on this show in all 3 areas, but I have to set up all of my lights. So sometimes I come on, I'm a little sweaty, and I'm like, okay, let's get this thing going.
Well, I'm telling you, it's phenomenal how well they run the show now and do everything, and it just makes it so much easier, when you have good people and good equipment, as you know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Blaine, we're always all looking forward to your Thursday shows, but really looking forward to Hoop Fest.
Well, you know what? Everybody should be looking forward to it, Jane, because I got to tell you, there's some crazy things that happened during Hoop Fest this year. So, we decided we'd do a contest, kind of like we did on our Quilt Fest.
Quilt Fest, yeah.
We did a contest where people could do an embroidery design, anything they wanted to do, and mail it in. And we had, people email me, said, why don't y'all have different categories? I want to explain to everybody why we don't have different categories. We didn't, and we kind of had 2 categories in like I guess not two categories, but two ways of voting on the Quilt Fest. You could do the People's Choice, and then we had professional judges.
Right.
But what we did is you could just submit a quilt. We didn't have any like categories for the different quilts. And the reason that we did that, and the reason we didn't do it for the embroidery contest, because we didn't have any idea how many people would enter. So, we thought, well, if we have 2 or 3 different categories, and we only have 10 people enter, well, it's not going to be very good competition.
Right.
So we just bulked it into everything. But we were so surprised. We had, for the Hoop Fest, we had over 200 entries with, people entered their designs that they had done. Not really designs, but just their projects. And and we had over 40,000 votes so far. And the voting ends this Sunday on the 13th. Voting is closed, and then we will pick a winner, and then we'll announce the winner of that on Saturday on the 18th or the 19th. And
so
Jane and they are winning a incredible. We're going to give a first, second, and third place, and basically it's just a people's choice. Whoever gets the most votes wins. And so there's still time out there, guys. Y'all go to SewingMachinesPlus.com. On that front page, there's a Hoop Fest banner. Click on that banner. It'll take you to the page. Up on the top right-hand corner, it says vote. You can hit that vote button. It'll take you through all the pictures that were submitted of all the embroidery projects, and vote on your favorite one. There's still time and to get your vote in. And again, first through third, we're giving some fantastic prizes. And do we have those prizes where we can pull those up yet?
Hey, Blaine, do you only get to vote once, or is it like in Chicago, you vote early and vote often?
You can vote. I think you can vote one time a day, and you can only vote from like your one user can only vote one time a day, but you can vote every single day if you want to. And it kind of goes off an IP address type thing.
Yeah.
So it keeps people from cheating, like having a spam bot sitting there just voting for you or something.
So we just go straight to the website, and it's right there on the front page. I've seen it. I love it. I voted.
So yeah, I usually go vote at least once, and I went through the other day and looked at some of them, and I voted on one of them that, I just thought was incredible what somebody did. And there's so many talented people out there. It's so awesome to be able to highlight some of those, projects that people are doing. So I was really, really happy with the turnout, and, going forward, probably for next year, I know for Quilt Fest, we're going to have categories. And probably for this next year, we're probably going to have a couple categories of different type of embroidery.
Yeah, and now you had over 200 submissions, which is fantastic. The other thing that I love about looking at what people submit is it just inspires me to create, and inspires new ideas that maybe I could pull a little bit from them and a little bit from them, and then come up with something new as well. So not only go there and vote, but also go there to get inspired.
Oh, you're exactly right. And, that's the great thing about this. It's amazing how many people get inspired just by the contest. I had, during our Quilt Fest that we had, back in March, I had customers emailed me and said, hey, I bought one of your ready to sew quilt kits just so I could enter it. And matter of fact, I always talk about one of our customers, what's her last name's Lombardi. Is it Carol? Yeah, Carol Lombardi is one of our customers that entered the Quilt Fest, and she actually in her entry said, hey, Blaine made me do it. And because I told her, I challenged her one of the shows to get one of our ready to sew quilt kits, actually make a quilt and enter it. And she did, and got a ton of votes on it. So that just shows you that inspired her to do, enter that contest. And I'm sure she probably got the fever and probably is going to do it next year as well, because we had so many people said, oh, this was so awesome. We're definitely going to do it next year. So, and I think the embroidery is the same way. I think you're going to go in there, see all these great embroidery things and go, man, I could make that. I could do that.
Yeah. And I think it's so fun about getting inspired. Like, oh, I can do that. So then you try one thing, and then you're like, I'm going to make 50 more of this one thing. And then you get onto the next thing, under the next thing. And then you keep trying new, and you want to challenge yourself to do more because it's just so much fun. Once you get in that creative flow, you're just like, I want to try this, I want to try that. And I think it's fantastic. But one of the things, Blaine, I'm really looking forward to with Hoop Fest is all the education sessions that you are planning. And that leads me back to being inspired and making more and making more. Sometimes we're like, I need a little help, but you're giving it to us.
Yeah. So Jane, just to, talking about the education part of it. So if I were to ask you, what, and I know you're a new embroidery person too, right?
Yeah.
You got your first embroidery machine. And so as a new embroidery person, what are some things that you would want to know, or you would ask? You say, hey, this is something I'd like to learn about. What would be some things you would want to know?
So Blaine, I love my story of embroidery because my family got my very first embroidery machine. It was it was a little brother machine. It only had like a 4x6 hoop, and I think it was the 990. It's a Disney 990. And I was like, I want a bigger hoop. And I did all this research on what should I do? Should I just go get this, get a bigger machine with a bigger hoop? And because I was so new, I didn't even know what stabilizer was or how to use it. I said, I'm going to practice on this small machine. And then once I get the hang of it, because I know I like go big or go home, right? So I ended up getting a bigger machine, but I practiced on the small machine. But what I would say, Blaine, I always have so many questions. I feel like if you run out of questions, then you might as well hang it up, because we always need to learn. But, so basically my, stabilizer, I was originally putting a little bit of stabilizer in my hoop, and I learned, I'm just forgetting, but I learned that you're going to fill up the entire hoop and let it come over the edge. I wanted to tell you who I learned it from, but let it come over the edges, because you know what? You can get more stabilizer. What I really am looking forward to, Blaine, is digitizing. And I think we have a session about digitizing next week. So that's one of the things that I love to learn more about. Also, I know I'm doing a session with Joanne Banco about the perfect placement. And Blaine, maybe you can pop in and tell us a little bit more about, the perfect placement and digitizing. That's like, I love getting the designs off the machine, but I love the idea of digitizing a design.
Well, you know what, Jane, I think before we go any farther, I'd like to is Angela Wolf ready to come in? I'd love to bring Angela and get her in this conversation with us.
Yes.
She is an expert at embroidery. So is Angela ready? There she is. Angela, good morning.
Hey, hey, Jane. Hey, Blaine. I couldn't resist the green screen. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. You said green screen, and last week I actually accidentally had my green screen on, and you could see through me, which is what's happening now. So
yeah.
That's pretty funny.
That's
awesome.
Funny.
How are you both? Nice to see you.
It's always good to see you, Angela. We're 90 miles away across a lake, and I want to swim over to you every day.
I know, and we finally have good weather. High five, Jane.
Yeah.
So Angela, you got here just in time. We were just talking about HoopFest, and we're talking, Jane brought up the educational part of our show this time, and we started talking about those things. And, everybody who gets in embroidery, it's very intimidating for the first time you start doing it. And so I think what we were trying to do is answer a lot of questions people have. And, Jane just brought up the one that, she's going to be talking with Joanne Banco about the perfect placement, and then digitizing, which Cindy Hogan is going to talk, I think, a little bit about digitizing. And we also have John Deere that's going to be talking about digitizing. And so one of the things I wanted to ask you, Angela, on that, so, what are some things that you think the newbie needs to know to get into embroidery?
Well, it's funny because, by the way, 3 of some of the best in embroidery right there that you just named. But, and Jane, if you're on with Joanne, you will learn so much. Just even when you're moderating, you learn so much for her. She was just on the live show on Tuesday. She knows so much. So for a beginner, I wouldn't say skip the digitizing, but I would say don't focus on that first because it's so overwhelming. I don't even digitize. I get Cindy to do it. But I would say as a beginner, choose something simple, something that isn't going to get you frustrated. I mean, I even remember my first embroidery was a towel, and I won't say what brand, it was not Brother, a small embroidery machine, and this was years ago, and it did not work very well. And I was ready. I gave up embroidery forever. And then all of a sudden I was introduced like 8 years later to Brother and started with the Quattro, and I've never stopped. I mean, so start simple, maybe a simple towel, a simple monogram, do something that you're not going to tear your hair out. My first project was a pair of jeans that had 3 hoopings down each leg, 26 and a half hours of embroidery. Don't do that.
That was your first project?
Yeah, that's insane.
That's funny.
That's a lot of time.
What's so awesome about this? So, you're exactly right. You know, Angela, we try to get everybody just to start. That's kind of our motto, just start. And one of the things that we were doing this time, so again, you know, I just going back to, like, you know, Angela, when you and I used to do them great big events together, one of the number one problems we had at these events were hooping. People had trouble figuring out how to hoop things. So we're going to have Hooping 101. We're going to have
That's perfect.
We're going to have a class all about stabilizers taught by Deborah Jones. I mean, it's incredible the lineup that we have of educators and people that are going to be on this show. I mean, we got the best of the best in the industry.
You literally, the lineup of people that are on the show. I mean, you've got Jerry Granada, you've got, well, Angela's hosting, you got Heather Banks, you got Colleen Sweetman, you got Julie Faith and Balzer, Cindy Hogan. I mean, who am I forgetting, right? The list goes on and on and on of these amazing people for 6 days in a row is full of education, full of products, full of ideas. And again, like even when we talk about stabilizer or digitizing or where to go first or what to do, for me, I always love to learn. I always get something new out of watching somebody else. Like, and Angela, like you said, when we're presenting, I'm listening, I'm taking notes because I like to, you know, I leave here and then I go do that.
It's exactly it. And you know what's the nice part? I mean, of course, Blaine, those events were awesome, amazing and awesome. But right now, to be able to have the access to online, where somebody, like earlier today, somebody was sitting, her friends were kayaking, and she said, I'm watching the chairs so I can watch the live show. So that's what's going to happen for the next 6 days, Blaine. I'm going to be on the beach co-hosting from there. No, but you can watch this from anywhere, and you go back and watch it, and you can learn and learn about the products. And I think that's the biggest thing. When you get started, when I started, there was not, you know, the YouTube. If there was, I didn't know where it was. And so I made a hot mess. So this is going to make it so much easier. You have an opportunity to make comments, ask questions. It's really going to be like being in person without the hug, right?
Hey, you're right. You know, the great thing about it, the best thing you touched on, Angela, was they can watch it from anywhere as long as they got a Wi-Fi connection. And if they happen to they miss a little bit of it, they can go back because it's all recorded and it stays on YouTube and Facebook, so they can watch it later. So that's the great thing about it. So if you even wanted to watch something again, they'll be able to do it, you know. So I love that part of it. But, you know, the great thing that you hit on too, you know, was about all the different things they can learn. You know, if you're let's say that you know how to do, you know, hooping and placement, and you already know your stabilizer, but you don't know anything about digitizing or how to bring in design files and things like that, we're going to teach you, you know. Right. And then the other thing, I've got some YouTuber influencers that are going to be on the show. Carly Bell is out of Louisiana. Carly is a master at applique, so she's going to teach people how to do applique. So we have just got a great lineup of things. And then we've got Amber Bingham from Bingham Bliss out of Arizona is actually going to teach everybody how, if you want to use this as a business. She started her business and sells on Etsy, and she makes all of her clothes, does all of her own embroidery, everything. So she's going to talk about her experience and how to start a business. So we're trying to start from the very beginning of embroidery and take it through all the different elements of, you know, and educate people on all those things. So you're getting 12 educational sessions through the 6 days. And then you're getting some of the top embroidery products in the world. We're going to have featured on the show with some of the top educators in the nation, telling you all about those machines. So if you ever wanted to know anything about embroidery, this is the place to come.
Exactly.
And you know, I went to your website because I'm not allowed to vote on who wins, by the way, because I saw a ton of the Wolf Pack that had actually entered. So that would be a conflict of interest for sure. But that being said, I went to the website and I love how you have each day that you can click on. For those of you that maybe you're advanced and maybe you are the one that want to learn how to do digitizing, you can go through and see what times you're going to be on, set an alert on your phone, and you can log in. So if you don't want to watch all day, or maybe you're a beginner and you say, I only want the basic classics. I just want to learn how, well, they're not really classes, but the seminars, I wanted the basic ones. You can go through, or maybe you have favorite people that you like to watch. It's all in there and you can set an alert on your phone. So even if you can't watch the whole day, pick the ones you want.
I know, Barbara, I can't wait either. The days that I'm not hosting, I'll be watching on my phone as I'm on the go. But because there are so many things that I do want to tune in to learn, and again, like, I'm excited. I saw a patchwork on there as well.
Yeah, this is going to be very cool. I'm with you, Jane. I'll be watching. So we're on a different time zone I'm like the furthest from you both. So when I'll be hosting, mine ends at about 5 o'clock my time. And then I'm going to be on the pontoon watching the rest of it for the next 4 hours.
Well, one of the things I love about this too is while you're watching, this is my favorite. And I know people do this. You got it on the computer. You're in your sewing room and you're embroidering something at the same time. So you're working on a project, you're getting inspired, you're learning new things. I mean, it's just like so much fun when we have these week-long events that you can really dive into and create your programming, create your schedule around the programming, really.
Well, speaking of schedule, we're very fortunate that I was able to get y'all to help me host this thing because, as y'all know, it's a pretty hard job. It's talking for that long and doing all the products and having to remember all the things. And so, I did our Quilt Fest. I was on my own, and y'all's schedules, y'all couldn't, help out. And so I was like kind of almost dreading Hoop Fest. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to make it through these 6 days. And then y'all schedule, y'all had a few little openings in there. Y'all going to be able to come and help me. So, man, I am so happy about that.
I'm excited to do this. This is going to be awesome. Not only can I watch, I can participate. So I'm honored to be a co-host with you two. This is going to be so much fun.
And by the way, Blaine, when you get Angela mixed in with some of these other presenters and educators, I mean, like, you're getting Angela's input as well because she is a total expert. So, like, and that also gives you the opportunity, Blaine, to just give your vocal cords a break, because I feel like after that Quilt Fest, you deserve an Emmy.
Speaking of Emmys, I mean, you've won 2, so I don't think I'm in that category. But hey, one of the things that is just awesome too, and Angela, that's the thing that I love about this is you're bringing so much to the table. Jane, you're bringing so much to the table. I just had a thought. We should be charging for this. This shouldn't be free. You can come and watch all this stuff for free, no cost to anybody. So I'm thinking maybe we ought to rethink this and actually charge people. I'm just kidding. I would never charge you out there.
Keep it free. Keep it free, and anybody anywhere can watch.
Yes.
You guys had already talked about that. And Blaine, you and I actually talked about it yesterday. In-person events are amazing, and we know that because we get to hug. But wow, this is fantastic that you can be anywhere in the world and you could tune in. And you could be educated and get inspired and be a part of the show. You can chime in, you can ask questions. I mean, the setup really and truly, as much as we all didn't want to be a part last year, this is kind of opened it up to include more people and get more people inspired and get more people to just start.
Yes. Yeah. Yep, you're exactly right. And and y'all brought up a great point that people can't get out to the live events. And I'll tell you what really inspired me. After Quilt Fest, I was like, it was really successful and we got a lot of great feedback. But I had a lady, and Betsy, if you're out there, Betsy from Pennsylvania sent me an email, and she told me, she said, hey, I just want to thank you so much, Blaine, for putting this on. She said, I've dreamed of going to an event, a Quilt Fest or a quilt festival like this my whole life. And she goes, I'm physically not able to go to an event. She goes, and this actually brought it to my house. And she said, this was the most awesome thing I've ever experienced. And I am a fan, and I'll be watching everything you do from now on. So that inspired me that, there are people, we go out there, we take it for granted that when we do these big events in person that, people can come, but some people just can't get there and can't come. So now we can bring the event to them. So that's what I love about this so much.
You know what? That gets my producer brain going. And all of a sudden I'm like, we need to have a show. Let's call one of these networks or an app company and get it on like all the time. Blaine, are you ready to host 24/7?
I don't know. I think I may have to try to hire you or Angela to do that.
So, what you both just said, though, I have been at the events, and the Houston Quilt Fest comes to mind because it's the hugest it's huge, not the hugest. Is that like my new English for the day? All right. But
that's a new word.
Can't even walk through there I mean, I try to have a mission. You can't see everything. You can't learn everything. You get to a booth that you're like, I'm dying to learn this. And there's like 10,000 people around it. You can't get in there. So now you can sit here. You can pick if I'm talking too quiet, you can turn the volume up. If you are not liking that one, you just skip ahead. If you like it really a lot, you can go back. So there's so many things. Instead of having to rush through, I remember getting home from Quilt Fest. I was like, ugh. Where did I buy that one product that I want to buy more of? You have no idea. And now you do. So I just think the value and adding the education to this is going to be fantastic. Not to mention the deals I saw you had last time. If you have those again, people are going to be pretty excited.
Oh my gosh. Y'all, we have been working so hard behind the scenes, and Kyle's team has just been nonstop. And we've put together some of the best products out in the embroidery world. And we have got some incredible specials that we are going to be able to show on the show. And here's the thing about it. If you've been wanting an embroidery machine and you've been dreaming of one, I'm going to make this thing so enticing. This is going to be your chance. If you've been wanting to get that big multi-needle machine and you've been wanting to get that single needle machine, I'm going to have it for you. And I'm going to have such an enticing price. This is going to be your best chance you've ever had to own one of these machines if that's truly what you want to do. Because I've actually worked with Synchrony Financing. We've got special rates on financing, so we're able to offer 60 months on a lot of different things. So we've really worked on financing. We've worked with all the manufacturers on the show to get us a special cost so we can pass that savings right on to the customer. So people are actually really going to be able to buy a product cheaper than they've ever been able to buy it before from us. And we're shipping everything free right to your door. Wow. So I'm telling you, there's no excuse. If you've really been wanting one, there's not going to be an excuse this time. And then we're going to have the best educators in the business tell you all about that machine on the show. So, I mean, this is going to be the place you want to come to do it. I promise you it's going to be that good of a pricing.
Yeah, and I love these special deals that you do for everybody, Blaine, when you do these big events. And I always say this, you get inspired, you want to create, you want to do this, you want to embroider. You got to have the right tools for the job to get it done. Yep. And that's exactly what you're bringing to the table. And not only are you bringing the right tools to get it done, you're telling us why, and you're showing us how to do it. And so, I mean, it's really, you can't get that. Certainly you can get that. But if you're just perusing around, you really are getting 6 full days of the why, who, what, when, where, how, all the good stuff. So thank you, Blaine.
Well, you're welcome. So I got to, one of the things too, what makes this event so good is, not only the great educators, the great products, but the customers. We had record numbers of people that came to Quilt Fest, and it was over 300,000 people watched our Quilt Fest. So, wow. Now we're excited about Hoop Fest, how many people to come, and the prizes that we're giving away, guys, are incredible too. We have a Dream Studio giveaway that you can go enter in on our page. If you go to the Hoop Fest page and vote, you can go in there. But we have all these different things set up for algorithms. And basically, if you go vote, if you just sign up with your email address, if you are participating during the show, like with, like making comments, asking questions, and doing all those things, liking the pages, you get entered into that big drawing. And we're going to give it away on Saturday. And it's a $25,000 Embroidery Dream Studio that we're giving away. And the number one product in that Dream Studio is an SWF 12 needle embroidery machine. So, I mean, it's a $10,000 embroidery machine that's in part of that Dream Studio package. So it's an absolutely incredible package we put together. And then we have so many prizes. I forgot now what the number was. I think it's just north of $75,000 that we're giving away for the whole show. So if you're just watching and you don't even win that Dream Studio at the Saturday, you still have a chance to win something during the week, because we're giving stuff away every single day. We're giving things away, including sewing machines and things, every day during the show. So it's going to be a great, great, great place to get prizes, get great education, and get to see some fantastic new products.
Wow, that is so fun, Blaine. I love that you present a great show. You're giving us great deals. And now it's saying, cherry on top are the prizes, right?
Yeah, big time.
And we have you two that are going to help host this thing. So everybody's getting to see y'all. And I'm so excited that y'all are going to be part of this. It's just going to be an incredible lineup. You two, along with all the, I mean, a lot of these people are famous, and that's what people don't realize. I mean, we got people like Eileen Roach, Deborah Jones, John Deere. I mean, think of all that talent. Joanne Banco. I mean, Cindy Hogan, Jerry Granata. There's just so many really top-notch, educators out there and some famous people that are going to be on this show. So it's pretty awesome.
It's going to be great. You might not know this, but Deborah Jones actually taught me how to embroider my lace.
Wow.
And everything I own is lace. I got to embroider some things for this weekend. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to have to work on that. My nephews are coming. I'm going to teach them how to push the buttons.
Deborah Jones is awesome. I've known her for a long, long time. And we did an event together in 2006. And during that event, I did this. I came around with a video camera and shot a lot of footage at the event on day one. And day two, when they were all the ladies were having their lunch, I actually showed a music video that I had done overnight with all that footage and stuff. And and everybody just loved it. Well, Deborah Jones came up to me and was like, "What did you use to do all that editing?" And I was telling her how I did it and everything. Well, about a year later, I ran into her at a quilt show somewhere, and she came up. She goes, "Blaine, I just got to thank you." I said, "For what?" She goes, "Well, your video, it's your thing, inspired me to start making videos." So that's how she got into the video making of all her stabilizer videos and all her embroidery videos, was because of that. So we've been best buddies ever since. And she's a Texas girl too, and talks like me.
Talks like you. Blaine, we
I
talk
just
like
love
you.
Deborah's. So, she's a great lady, and we're so happy to be, her part of our show as well. And I mean, the talent is unbelievable. It really is. I think we've got 39, I think that's right. Isn't it, Kyle, 39 or 38 different presenters? It's just incredible. And all the different people. And then, we even have, it's like from Durkee Hoops, we have Brent Taylor. And what people don't know, and Brent will probably kill me for telling this, but what people don't know about Brent used to be a motivational speaker that actually went and traveled the United States and went to companies and did motivational speaking. And, he bought Durkee Hoops as, a business and bought it, and just is, incredible growth that he's done with that. And so he's going to be on the show. And I mean, that guy's just so inspirational. And I know, y'all both know him as well. And he's just a fantastic human being, but he's just he motivates the heck out of me, man. I love working with him.
I hope he drops a couple wisdom bombs during a session. That'll be so fun.
Well, I have to tell you, this is a little secret too, Blaine, but UPS just dropped off something, and I see Durkee on there. I think there's something. You don't want to miss his show this week.
No.
That's all I'm allowed to tell right now. You don't want to miss it.
I can kind of say what's happening with Durkee. We are going to be launching 2 brand new products that are going to be the world premiere. You're only going to be able to see it here at Sewing Machines Plus. And it's going to knock your socks off, is all I can say. And we'll have those here on the show. I think Durkee's going to be on here 3 different times during the week. So you're going to have that to look forward to. And I can't wait to show these products, because I'm telling you, you've got one that just landed on your doorstep there, Angela, to start working with. And it's going to blow people's mind.
Blaine, you are too much with all of these surprises and these launches, this like world premieres, like seriously, everything. I don't even know this stuff, and I'm going to be on it with you. So like, I get super excited just to learn about the new things. And what really, what I'm really looking forward to is, again, back to that just getting started, that learning how to do it, maybe setting your mind on starting your own business. We'll go back to that inspirational idea of like empowering yourself to do more, and then creating your own side hustle. And, brother did a great big side hustle campaign, and I met tons of wonderful people who are out there using these products and doing their own business and very successful at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you're 100% right. And, that's the great thing about this. I'm hoping that, even people that have been thinking about maybe, I'd love to be, stay home and start a business, I hope that, they'll tune into this and actually watch, because, there's so many different elements, as y'all know, that you can do in embroidery. And, you can specialize in a lot of things. I mean, I know somebody that she owned a little dress shop, and she actually bought an embroidery machine from us and started just doing hats. And all she did was in her shop was just sold hats as a little side thing, and it just exploded. So then she started doing onesies for baby clothes, and she now has basically dropped the rest of her business, and all she does now is embroidery, and she does hats, onesies, and towels, and all these different things, and that's all she does now, and she just loves it. And I mean, I think she's got 6 embroidery machines. So just one little thing kind of developed into a lot of other things. So
and
cool.
and really now is the time, if you're going to pick up a side hustle or start your own business, as we're coming out of this pandemic and people are starting to get out, we're getting back into work. Now is the time to do this. People want to spend some money. I mean, so I think like this is a good time if you really like found something you love to make during this I would say this last year of sheltering in place or what have you. If you got more creative, if you have these ideas, this is a great time to launch it.
It is. It really is. And the great thing about it, especially with y'all too, Angela, you've been doing embroidery for a long time, and I consider you an expert at it now, and all that. And Jane, I know you're an expert do-it-yourselfer, you're a sewer and all that, but you're just now kind of getting into the quilting element and the embroidery element.
Yeah, look what I just made.
I love it.
That's cute.
Isn't that cute? Because I'm going to a dinner party this next weekend, and I made napkins for everybody. And the best thing about the napkins is that you don't have to do laundry. They take it home.
There you go.
They're souvenir, right?
Right. And they wipe their face. They could do the laundry. You're done.
There you go. So, yeah.
I don't think I have it on there. I don't. I just took it off. I just finished hats for the fishing team, for the Win and Angel team, and I actually used the Durkee hoop that makes the instead of the 10 needle. You can use the 10 needle too, but you can embroider hats on with the 1 needle, and it turned out great. Win loved it, and it was lucky. Yeah. We did pretty good last week.
It was lucky. That's awesome. Good.
Yeah, Angela, didn't you and Win, your team just won this past weekend?
We won a daily. So for those first on the first day, which you actually get money for that, which is cool. But we didn't win the whole thing though. One of these days we'll get both days. We just can't get our mojo both days.
Well, Angela, early on you were talking about the wolf pack, that you didn't want to vote, because there's so many wolf pack members. Speaking of the wolf pack, I don't know if everybody knows this, but we, actually made, everybody knows about our world famous sewing mats that we do. And we made a special sewing mat just for Angela's wolf pack. So David, can we get just a single shot?
That's awesome.
That? So Angela, tell us about the process of this and kind of how all this came about.
Big ones, middle-sized ones. I even have them for the cover stitch machine. I love these. So where these came from is one day Blaine and I were chatting, and I said, hey, the Wolfpack really wants mats. Now, originally, we were going to go with just a solid color like a platinum, and he said, this is way too boring, and he knows I have pink all over the place. So if you're not a pink fan, I'm sorry. It's okay, though. But, these are so great, and he's been giving these away, not mine, but the other ones, and I have them. They make your machine so quiet. The serger doesn't vibrate. The sewing, not that it does, but it does when you're serging full speed. The medium-sized machine, if those of you saw the photos from when I did an in-person class about a month ago, I used the medium-sized mat, and it fit every single machine, even the luminaire, without the embroidery part. If you want the big one, there you go. It fits the luminaire with the embroidery. It keeps it so quiet. And so Karina is on here. I don't know if she's on here today, but she's the one that did the proud member of the Wolfpack, which you see the left, the logo there. Her and Janet have been very busy making things for the Wolfpack. So I signed the mats, which you can see on the right-hand side. There's the Angela Wolf, and it will fit all of your machines. And I know, Blaine, I went to the website, and you have a deal. There's already a discount on them, and you have a deal if you buy all 3. So they are awesome. So thank you for doing these. These are on for a limited time. Angela Wolf Wolfpack mats. And hey to all the Wolfpack out there. I love it.
I love the Wolfpack mats. I think I might
love
need
the Wolfpack. We love the Wolfpack.
I think my favorite is on the serger and the cover stitch, because those are always like I call them the movers, because I'm always 100. Like if it goes 100 miles an hour, I'm going 102 if I can. And they just kind of like move around. Not anymore.
So I know that y'all are super, super busy, but do y'all have time to stay around today and let us give some stuff away?
Oh, sure.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
We love giveaways.
So
We do.
since we're talking all about these sewing mats, Angela, what I want to do is we're going to give 2 of our viewers a sewing mat. And we're going to let them pick out of the colors you see on the screen right there. There's 6 colors that we have, and we're going to let you pick the size you want. So we have 3 sizes of those, the 6 colors, and we always tell everybody, you know, the blue is the actual Brother blue that I actually got from Brother. The gold is the actual gold for Baby Lock, and the red is the actual red for Bernina. I actually went to their companies, got those paint code numbers, and we had those done. And then we have as you see, the pink. We have what I call the North Carolina blue, and then we have the LSU purple. And so we're going to let you pick your one and what size you want. So David and Kyle, let's pull up our first winner. Cindy West. Congratulations, Cindy.
And guess what? She's a wolf pack. Hey, Cindy.
Oh.
Oh, wolf pack is in the house. All right, so David and Kyle, let's pull up our second winner. So congratulations, Cindy. And our winner is coming up, and it's
Mary.
Oh, I'm sorry. What is it? Mary Warsack. Mary Warsack. Congratulations, Mary.
Congratulations. All
right, so Mary, I want to tell y'all how y'all can claim your prizes. So you're going to send us an email to contest with an S on it to SewingMachinesPlus.com, and in the header up there put I won, and then down in your body of the email put your name and where you want it shipped to, and then just put I won the mat, and then tell us what color and what size you want, and we'll get that shipped out to you ASAP. How's that? All right.
That's awesome.
So,
I have Brother Blue sewing mats from Sewing Machines Plus, and I love them. But now I might need to join the Wolf Pack so I can get a pink one.
You'll like the pink one. So I
think it's pretty awesome.
I have a challenge for you both. Okay.
Okay.
So since we're going to be live, and Blaine, you're going to be live for 8 hours each day. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
So I just bought this thing. It's like a board,
you're stabilizing.
Yeah, so I just got it, and I'm telling you what's going to happen. I challenge you to try it for the weekend. So you're all set, but I got on it, and I literally fell off. So I'm going to be hosting, and then all of a sudden, you're like, where did Angela go? So I might have a helmet on, some glasses, little elbow pads.
Can we see
it? Are you on it? Are you on it now?
Yeah.
Is it easy to pick up? I'm all about balancing on something. Oh, yes. That's great.
So,
of course.
I thought it was supposed to be something easier, but this part is on the center. So when you're on it, you're balancing this way.
Angela,
I don't know.
You're cheating.
Not a very good idea.
I think you need to have a round ball with a flat piece of board, and you get on the ball and do that.
Oh, geez.
I remember last time you were on, I was blowing up that ball.
And then I want you to pat your head and rub your stomach all at the same time while balancing.
Oh, God. I know we are going to have so much fun this week. So much fun.
I'm
turning that challenge down, Angela, because I will actually get hurt. So I got to make it through the 6 days. Maybe the last day.
I think, Jane, I remember seeing a photo last year with you on Instagram that you were on the water with one of those paddle boards.
I was on a paddle board doing squats with an oar in my hand, and I was doing a plank with one leg up. And guess what? I fell in.
Well, if this was supposed to get me prepared for that, I would be so stinking wet right now. I wouldn't even be on the board.
I love it. I always say I have pretty good balance, and I only say it's because I was running around in platform shoes, in my 20s. So now I have good balance. I'm running around in heels all the time, and I just wear gym shoes. So I need one of those boards to stand on. I think it's really going to be great for your core strength.
You're missing out, Blaine.
I mean, I love this. This is all about creativity and living healthy. This is my ball game right here, people.
All right, so we're not going to give away one of the boards, but we're going to give something else away. What do y'all think? All right,
sounds
so next
awesome.
up, what is it, Kyle? Bags? All right, so we're giving 2 bundles of our event bags away. There they are. Y'all can see them. 2 bundles of event bags.
Love
and those are $49.99. They sell for $9.99 a piece, and the whole bundle is $49. And these all have Sewing Machines Plus on one side, and they have little sayings on all the sides, and you can see them there. And so we're going to give 2 of those bundles away. And so let's get us a winner, David and Kyle. And is it Eileen Gelman? Yes. Eileen Gelman. Congratulations.
All right.
Those bags are great. Those bags are great. You can carry all your magazines when you're running around. They're awesome.
Yep. All right. What's our second winner? So congratulations to Eileen, and I'll tell you how you can claim your prize just here in a second, Eileen. And it's Linda Shoshani. Is that right?
Linda Shoshani.
Linda Shoshani, thank you. I'm probably butchering your name, y'all. Y'all know I butcher names. I'm so sorry if I am. But Linda and Eileen, so how you want to claim your prize, send us an email to contest, plural, with an S on the end of it, at SewingMachinesPlus.com. In that title, put I won, and then down in the body of it, just put your name, where you want it shipped to, and then just tell us I won the bag bundle, and we'll know which one that is, and we'll get that to you. All right, guys, are y'all ready to give away our grand prize of the day?
There's more, Blaine?
There's actually more. We're going to give away a brand new Chevrolet. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Corvette. No. We're going to give away an Encore 260A sewing machine.
Nice.
And if y'all remember back a long time ago, we did a kind of a head-to-head challenge with this thing. Deb Donovan with Sewing Machines Plus, she took this and went head-to-head with some of the top sewing machines in the industry. And we did the exact same stitch, same thread, same fabric, and we asked people to pick which one was which. And people could not pick. You could not tell the difference. So that's how good quality this machine is. And not only today, what I'm going to do, not only are you going to get the machine, I'm throwing the extension table in with it. This is how much, Kyle, is this thing? $299, or actually with this extension table, it's a $250 value is what we sell this thing for. $250, or no, $349. I'm sorry, $349. Well, Kyle's looking it up. I think the machine is $299 and the table's $50. Yeah. So it's a $349 value, guys. We're going to give this thing away today. And I promise you, this is a high-quality, great sewing machine. You're going to absolutely love it. And so, David, Kyle, let's get a winner. Star Raymond.
Oh, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Star is super excited right now.
I bet she is. So, Star, again, send us an email to contest, plural, with an S on the end of it, to SewingMachinesPlus.com, and let us know your name, your shipping address, and just put I won the machine, and we'll get that out to you as soon as we get that information. So there we go. Some great prizes, guys.
Awesome.
Great prizes. Congrats to all the winners.
That's fantastic. So I'm looking so forward to seeing y'all next week and getting to work with you during the week. And I know, Jane, you had a really tight schedule, and we'll only get you kind of one day, but you're going to try to pop in on Friday, I think, with me and Angela.
Yeah, love to.
So excellent. If you can, and we're going to do that. But Angela's going to be here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Jane's going to be here Tuesday, and y'all are leaving me all to myself on Thursday. So.
I'll be watching.
All right.
You're earbutting in.
Yeah, see if I can survive the marathon. So, but guys, I know y'all are super busy today. I know that y'all took time out of your day, and I know you've got a bunch of live things that you're doing today and videos that you're shooting, Angela. So I appreciate you coming by. Jane, appreciate you coming by, as I know you're super swamped as well. And again, thank y'all so much for joining in today. I know everybody loves it when y'all come on, and we'll see y'all next week. Okay.
Excellent. Never too busy for you, Blaine. And Jane, I can't wait to see you next week.
I know, Angela, I can't wait to see you too. Blaine, thank you so much for always including me. I know I'm super busy, but I always have time to go make something. So as soon as we're done, I'm going to go start embroidering something and then go to work.
There you go. Well, thank y'all so much. We'll see y'all next week, okay?
I'll see you next week. Thanks, guys.
Bye. Everyone.
All right, guys. So we can't wait for next week. We're going to have Angela and Jane here and helping me host. And I hope y'all mark it down on your calendars. You know, we're going to be live all next week, starting at 8 a.m. Monday morning Pacific time, and we're going to go all the way for 7.5 hours that day, and it'll be 6 days, so it'll be Monday through Saturday. We cannot wait. We got a fantastic lineup. If you want to see more information about the Hoop Fest, go to SewingMachinesPlus.com. Click on that Hoop Fest banner, and you're going to be able to see the schedule. There it is. David's pulling up right now. We have the schedule, the daily schedules on there, so you can see who's presenting and what products and what classes we're doing. We also are showing what all prizes you're going to win if you win the Dream Studio. It's a $25,000 giveaway that we're doing, and so we're going to give that away. You can also see the top 3 prizes for the entries for the embroidery contest. So a lot of information on there. I encourage y'all to go on there. But before we get off the air today, I want to remind y'all of another event that we're doing. And David, can we pull the Kimberbell event up? I don't know if you can pull that up or not, but he's going to see if he can pull that up. But we've got Kimberbell. It's coming up July 30th and 31st. Y'all make sure you mark your calendars down. Kim Christopherson is going to be on our show on HoopFest and talk about some of their products. But we have a fantastic one-of-a-kind event with Kimberbell that's going to be on July 30th, 31st. I'm going to be on there hosting. We got Kim Christopherson's going to be on there. She never really does events anymore. She's going to be doing a trunk show. We have our very own Candace Trevino that does Tea Time with Candace. Candace is going to be teaching some embroidery classes. So it's going to be a 2-day event. It's $99. We encourage you to go sign up now. With that $99, you're going to get a really fantastic swag bag that we're given to you for signing up. And then you're also going to get a kit that we're going to ship out to you. And we're cutting off signups. I think if signups get cut off on July the 16th, we're cutting the signups off. So we have a time to send you your swag bag out and send you your kit that you're going to need to participate. Now, in the product page, it's telling you that you need a 6x10 hoop size to participate. I'm going to kind of go against the grain here and tell you, if you've got a 5x7 embroidery machine and you want to participate in this event, you can participate. You're only going to not be able to do one of the projects. One of the projects they have, it requires a 6x10 hoop size. But you know what? I'm feeling for $99 to get to see Kim and hang out with me for a couple of days. Hey, that's not too much to miss one project. You're still going to get to do 3 other projects. So I think if you've got a 5x7, hey, sign up. Don't worry about it. And you're not going to be able to do that one project they got. So, but other than that, guys, it's going to be a great event, a one-of-a-kind event. We're going to have tons of giveaways on the show. So we encourage y'all to go sign up now, because it's going to be a lot of people, and we're actually we have a number that we're cutting it off at. So it's going to be a couple hundred people, then we're going to cut it off just because we don't have Kimberbell doesn't have enough kits. But we think it's going to be a huge event, and it's going to be great. And you'll be able to ask questions. And Kim's going to have a Q&A session where she's going, we can ask her questions and she'll answer. And then she's going to do a trunk show. So we're so excited about this event, and we can't wait for it to happen. So make sure you go sign up for that. It's $99, and you can go sign up right now on our website. So anyway, guys, I think we had a great show today, highlighting the things that we're going to have on HoopFest. David and Kyle did a fantastic job of setting all the studio up, and y'all got to see a little behind the scenes today. And so next week, this is going to be my home for the whole week. I'm going to be sitting here for 6 long days, and going to hopefully be with y'all. And I hope that you'll make some time. We've also got in there some breaks, so we'll give you a break so that you can go restroom breaks and go grab you something to eat. But we hope you'll join us for the whole day or the whole 6 days and see what we got going. But if you can't, hey, just go to that schedule and pick out the things that you got to see so you don't miss it. And anyway, guys, thanks for joining in today. And remember, go like us on Facebook, go like us on YouTube, and get all those reminders. And we will see you Monday morning, bright and early at 8 a.m. Pacific time. Y'all have a fantastic rest of your week.